Brock,
Yeah.
what do you know?
About what?
Do you know why you're here?
I graduated high school. I just kind of set out to see the country. And when I was in New York, some dickhead beat me up, took my money, and when I woke up the next morning, sunlight hurt.
Have you been feeling strange lately?
Yeah, I know. I can't go out in daylight anymore. I catch fire. And I get.
So you obviously know there's something fucked up about you.
Yeah, and I know that I.
So let me ask again, do you know why you're here?
No. The crazy guy told me I shouldn't be here left alone. And, well, I didn't think he should be left alone, and I was kind of curious to see what he'd do next.
Okay. Have you felt a hunger inside of you that you can't explain?
Yeah.
No matter what you eat, you throw it up?
Well, I don't really eat food anymore.
Okay.
I haven't for the last couple months.
Couple months. Then you're aware that you drink blood.
How'd you know that?
Because I'm a vampire too. We all are.
The war between the Camarilla and the Sabbat has escalated as the final nights approach. In order to protect its presence in Chicago and surrounding cities, the Camarilla have chosen South Bend, Indiana as the first line of defense. The influx of new kindred has begun to build a solid domain out of the ashes. Will the Camarilla survive and prosper? Only time will tell.
The Camarilla is the nation that started this. The other vampire nation, the Sabbat, they feel that humans are food. They feel that they're above humans. They're the next evolutionary step.
And South Bend was originally taken. It was a city held by the enemy, the Sabbat, and Justicar, one of the higher ups in Vampire Society, came in and with some help cleared it out and set it up as a Camarilla city, and that's where we have our prince and everybody in there. And what we're supposed to do, the vampires in the city have been charged with, is we're supposed to hold it. We're supposed to keep out all the enemies.
It's a good point between Chicago and Detroit. It's one of the major cities, and there's a lot of commerce and things that come through here. And vampires, being the manipulative creatures that they are, and since they depend entirely on humans for their food and for their stability, this being a major area of commerce would cause a lot of vampires to want to move through here. Okay, so what are you planning on doing while you're here? I mean, we've got breaches, but you also know that we're having a war with the Sabbat here. You realize that that's our entire reason for being here, is to keep them from coming into Chicago.
Oh yeah.
All right?
But mainly I can help with the sloppy feeders.
So you want to police your own kind here?
It would certainly help.
Okay. No, that's good. It will certainly help. I like you. We're in the middle of a war.
Well, I know that.
All right?
I knew that before I came here. It's
So,
spreading.
how long are you guys intending on staying?
I don't know. I might be here for just a little while. I'm not really sure. I'm a fighter.
You're a fighter?
They said you guys might need me, and I figured come and help, and then if I'm no longer needed or if I fail, I just leave.
Okay. You've got everything. Looks like you've got your ducks in the row. That's good. I like that.
Most vampire clans will try and be the behind-the-scenes person, the person running it, not they'll sometimes be the upfront guy, or just if they want to work with a specific mortal, but usually you're not going to just bump into one at a gas station.
As far as I know, we have no vampires working here.
You think that the inventory of the store would be a little different if vampires were more prevalent in society? Do you think that'd make a difference?
I don't know. I'm not sure of their eating habits.
Yes, vampires have to feed on human blood. Now, they can turn, some of them can turn to animals, you know, to feed, but, you know, it's not as tasteful. It's, you know, other vampires will look down upon that. And it's, you know, and supposedly it's, you know, it tastes disgusting. How have you been getting along for these past 2 months?
I'm just kind of moving around, still going on seeing what I can see.
Drinking people when you can?
No, I found like stray dogs and animals and stuff.
Have you been killing them?
Maybe.
Maybe. Oh, this is another lesson you need to learn right now. You don't have to kill in order to survive.
Okay.
The hunger that is inside every vampire, the beast, makes them crave human blood. And so if they start drinking animal blood or find some type of substitute, the beast will just start going crazy inside of them and will just make them start doing strange, you know, and violent things until they flip out and eat somebody and not even realize it. In order to keep yourself alive, you need to convince me that you're capable of this.
Yeah. There were some gang members that started shit with me and I kicked their ass.
Okay?
Do you know what gang they were from?
I don't know. It was in Cleveland.
Well, we actually manufacture these here at Big C Lumber. We have a special machine that points these. Vampire steaks, we call them. I think they'd go through somebody's chest pretty easy, actually.
Well, they got the 2x2 configuration, which does allow for a lot of pressure.
And the point helps.
Yeah. See, a lot of stuff can be like 1x material, which would be like half that. This is actually 2 inches by 2 inch diameter, so it's got a lot of surface for hitting and
It's all about the velocity and the impact. See, if that was real pointed, it wouldn't go through as easy. But we have that. We cut that tip off square like that. It kind of gives it opens that wound up and makes it go right through. I don't know anything about vampires.
Didn't know there were any.
and I think I'd like to keep it that way.
We exist outside the cycle of nature. It is natural for things to die. We do not die. Unless we are killed.
The prince has supreme domain. He is basically the ruler of the vampire nation in this particular region.
Hey, somebody mess with my wings? They're sensitive!
What's going on, everybody? I'd like to start business as soon as possible. Cain was the first vampire. And,
as in Cain and Abel?
Cain as in Cain and Abel, yeah. When he murdered Abel, the punishment that God gave him was vampirism. Abel, in turn, after wandering for years and years, he in turn sired 13 other vampires, which were the antediluvians, which went and sired the rest of the vampire clans. We call ourselves the Kindred.
Okay.
We've been alive since the beginning of time.
Just been alive since the late 80s.
Oh, come on, man. You know what I mean. Christ. They lived in the city called Enoch for a very long time. Until the day that they betrayed Cain and tried to seize his power for themselves.
If I want something, I'll just go and take it. I won't bother trying to get a job, earn money. I can walk in somewhere and take what I want.
Now, the original 13 vampires of the world have, they've been around for a lot older, for 1,000 years. So supposedly when they wake back up, they're just going to devour everyone and everything, human, vampire, mortal alike. And they're just going to, the people that survive will just be their slaves. And that will be called Gehenna.
Well, garlic, somewhat like an onion, or the onion family, comes in cloves and bulbs, cloves being of the bulb. We have elephant garlic, we have regular garlic, minced garlic. This is news to me. I didn't realize that we had vampires in South Bend, but anything's possible.
Which garlic would you say would be most effective in keeping away vampires?
Oh, definitely the bulb garlic.
Why would that be?
I think tradition. from whatever you see in the movies or whatever's red. It's the regular bulb garlic. Well, it seems to me whenever there's a full moon that garlic sells better.
And so all the Camarilla kindred that are here to protect Chicago from Sabbat incursion. The Nosferatu, I want in the foreground. You guys with the powers of obfuscate, you should be able to protect yourselves well. Is there anybody that can disable any sort of electrical system and or media attention that's going to happen here? After the Inquisition happened in the Dark Ages, that was supposedly when vampires were found out by mortals, and the humans led a giant revolution against them because they used to rule like out in the open and stuff like that. But after the Inquisition, the vampires decided to adopt something they called the masquerade. And it's just the fact that they rule in secret and they never reveal their nature to mankind, and they rule in the shadows. Vampires are neat and interesting. It's, I don't know, every now and then I like to, I like to get in touch with my dark side and like to, express it in some ways.
As I told you, the horror of watching everything you love die. That is too great a price to ask for eternity.
What if we don't love anything?
Then you are already dead.
You need to learn some lessons fast. And I'm going to leave you with the rest of my kindred out there.
Okay.
And if you can't keep our secret, and if you're not capable, then you're better off dead.
I can keep a secret, dude.
You're going to have a long night ahead of you. Go on.
Does he have your hospitality, or?
He has my hospitality for now. He's not to be acknowledged.
Ah, 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 ah.